Facebook. Hey, Sador World. I'm about to get back on Instagram in a minute. We're still in the building. Jermaine.
Yes.
Jermaine, like, yes. Yes, Jermaine Smith. We got him over here, Thick Girls Radio, Sador Radio. He got his comedy show going on, and it's been a lot of fun talking to him. He got jokes and everything, so we loving it, Jermaine. So, aside from that, you got this project. So what's next after this? So you say you want to go Netflix or?
Yeah, my entire focus is getting this thing right. You know what I mean? Every project to me has to be better than the last one. You know, from my side, you can hear things that could be better with sound, things that could be better with editing.
Hey, Instagram, we're back.
Things that could be better all across the board. So I'm dedicating the next 6, 7, 8 months to making sure this thing is right. This particular piece, Traffic Lane, took me close to 5 years to write.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And be happy with it. I've written 6, 7, 8 films in between, put probably 6, 7 of them out. January with this one, through LinkedIn, Cat Williams' manager reached out to me and said this would be a great project for Cat Williams. Cat read it. He couldn't see himself being a cop, which really was a traffic agent, but he couldn't see himself putting a uniform on. You know, so at the end of the day, you can't twist somebody's arm and make it work.
I'm sorry, Jermaine. Keisha, have you been checking the Facebook feed? All that.
I'm checking Facebook. I don't know if it's right, but I've been checking everything.
Everybody that's listening to, the number to call in is 929-231-6414.
I got you.
15 for Thick Girl Radio Show. 929-231-6415 for anybody that want to chime in and talk to our guest Jermaine, or who want to basically chime in and talk about what we have already been talking about, which is mental illness within our culture. If you call, if you want to ask any questions of Jermaine, or you want to, just chime in on our topic, here's the time to call. 929-231-6415. All the Traffic Lane people, I don't see y'all. We lost y'all. I don't know. Come back if y'all listening on the station. We back on Instagram.
They might be somewhere eating. Go. We
have
a
traffic right now.
Well, for them to check in, that's the great thing. That's the great thing, to check in and show some love. I sent them all a DM, letting know what time I was going to be on. So I appreciate them for checking in and supporting and rocking with me. Rocking with me. Like I said, we've been shooting this thing the last 3 summers. We switched it over to some better cameras. Some of the actors' roles had to switch. They went from being the lead to being supporting. In January, I had Cat Williams. He changed his mind. And those things happen. Coincidentally, I'm on Instagram and I'm hitting up Capone like, yo, you still act? And Capone just called me DM live like, yo, what's going on? We've been rocking and rolling ever since. So it could have been a situation where I got Cat Williams and there's been no communication. There's been no nothing. And here I am, Capone. He's in love with the project, fully invested in. We get to chat once, twice a week about what's going on, about being black men, not just the movie. So God puts you the right people around you and put you in front of the right people. It took me 5 years to be happy with this. Hey. There's a couple movie productions that
on Facebook, Purity. Let me know.
So I'm grateful. I'm happy.
Can you tell me if we live on Facebook and everything's good on that end? Because I can't see it right now, and neither can Black.
Big Troy, you out there? Y'all good on Facebook? Send me a message.
The last time when we came back from break, on our last show, we lost everybody. Everybody was telling me in the when the feedback, they were saying that they could not find the show again. Okay. So that's why the whole break stuff sometimes throw us off.
Got you.
So that was on Instagram?
No, on Facebook. Our last show, everybody was saying that they could not, when we came back off a break, I mean, they didn't catch us. It wasn't on there.
Okay, so how do we find out? Hold on.
Okay, we on Facebook. P just commented on Facebook. All right, so we on Instagram.
Okay, now I see all of the comments.
So what were some of the comments? Maybe we could address it. Thanks, Troy. Troy said we good on Facebook. Instagram. That's how
we got
on the low. Troy
Ayana said,
engineer on the low. He go back from Instagram, Facebook, Sador. He let us know if everything's okay.
Okay. Ayana said, please come when we were speaking about relationships and how, you should be healed already and everything. She said, please come to her already taken care of. Please come to her.
Right.
Correct. Yes.
Like Jermaine trying to put too much pressure on us. Talking about the white woman and all that.
I don't think no one can come to anyone perfect. You know what I mean? You're gonna come with some type of flaws.
Yeah, just mental stable. Mentally stable. Like we got enough to deal with on our own. Then we gotta get your mental right as well. Come on.
You gotta be lucky to get somebody with all their teeth.
We're saying 2020, Jermaine. You know
what I mean? You asking for a lot.
I love it.
We got a side tooth.
That is hilarious.
Listen, so the tooth we could work out. You know what I'm saying? We can take it to the
get some work.
So that's the part we'll work out. We'll go to the dentist together. You can iron that out. Everything else.
Hey, Will.
But everybody's going to come with their thing. It's just a matter of what you can deal with.
Troy said us women, we lazy. Shut up, Troy.
Hey, some things are deal breakers. Some things are deal breakers. To me, I really can't rock with somebody that smokes cigarettes this, that, and the third, because here I am as a young man. I watched my mother smoke crack. To this day, I don't smoke cigarettes. So there's certain things to me that are deal breakers. And I'm not perfect, but you want somebody that love you so much could tell you, you know what? You can't go to sleep with dishes in your sink. You can't do this, that, and the third, whatever have you. I'll meet you halfway. But you can't sit around with somebody that's not going to meet you halfway on change.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. We're not looking for perfection.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what the comment said.
No. We're not looking for perfection, but I'm saying the pressure where you saying, I think that we get too much pressure on us where they think we supposed to be fixing dudes all day. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody's perfect. We're not perfect. We're not expecting you to be perfect. But a lot of these men really think that we are magicians. Like, we supposed to work magic on them. Like, no.
It goes both ways, because you do have some females who think men are magicians.
Hey, Nene.
So there's a lot that go both ways, and there's a lot of repair we need to work with. We got to work on ourselves individually as well as collectively.
That's what I'm saying.
Because even if you're in a relationship, you still have individual work that you need to do. You know what I mean? Right. So getting a relationship with somebody telling you, oh, I got a doctor's appointment in 2 weeks. There's some things we don't talk about. You hear people talk about everything that's down the third, but nobody say, yo, I'm going to the dentist. Or I'm going to the OBGYN, the Abagen, whatever you want to call it.
Abagen.
There's some things that we don't even hear in some relationships, because we're so busy looking for certain other things that please us. But you know what?
Right.
Black men and some men, we hate going to the doctor till it's too late. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need to get around a man and say, I'm going to go get my health checked out. I'm going to go get this.
I'm not even going to hold you. I don't know, maybe, now that we're a little bit older, it's probably better where guys go to the doctor. But when we were younger in relationships, guys ain't used to go to the doctor to check it, go and get STD check it. Women go, and if she good, they good. That's their idea of going to check to see if they got an STD.
That's that old
school. No, bro, you gotta go yourself.
That was a man test right there. If she good, I'm good.
Yeah, you're right, sis. That's so true. That's funny.
But you know what? At the same time, are these relationships tight enough where I can tell you I'm going to the doctor? Because there's a lot of conversations that don't happen in relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
a lot of them don't be relationships. A lot of them be entanglements, and that's why you're not having those conversations.
They be situationships.
Let's not start on entanglements again.
I'm just saying.
But you know what? That works for some people. Entanglements work for some people. Some people don't.
I mean, does it really work in the end?
Some people. Some people don't want to wake up to the same person every day or talk to the same person every day. They feel like that's capable of one channel. But so it all falls on the individual. What you want, what you like, and what you desire.
Will said that we should be going to the doctor together. In the ideal world. That would be nice in the ideal world.
It would be nice, but you know what? You got to have those conversations.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these guys probably wouldn't want to go to the doctor, to get checked up for STDs with their woman, because if they do got something, they want to probably blame it on her. Like, no, they want to assess the situation first, because they know they probably been out there cheating, unprotective and all that. So if it come back with, positive or anything, they probably got to get their strategy. What am I going to do? Am I going to be honest? Or I'm going to be like, bitch, you been out there cheating?
She was cheating, but she used protection, huh?
Right. See, they don't want to go. They don't want to go together. They need to be going separately. So
Right.
Figure out how
And
they're
that
going to
tells you the depth, and that tells you the depth and level of that relationship. You know what I mean? So certain things work for certain people.
Hey,
I'm
Toro.
good. Some people not knowing. Some people don't want to check their ATM balance because they don't want to see the truth. But some things work for some people. They're like, you know what? Oh, I just got paid. This is Hell Week. I ain't checking my balance on Hell Week. I don't print receipt at the ATM because I don't want to see that shit. I know something in there.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So some people are cool with how certain things are going. You know what I mean? But they may get around their girlfriends or they click and say, oh, this guy, this, that, and the third. But that's who you love and that's how you used to rock it. And some people don't want to start over again. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. We get comfortable in our misery. You know what I mean? We suffer in silence.
You know what? I forgot. I don't know, Troy. Maybe you can help me. That girl, that comedian that does all the she's not a comedian. She's on IG and she be putting up all the posts. And she was saying something that's like resonated with me deeply. A lot of us be in relationships, unhealthy relationships that's not working. But because we don't want it to go down in history, that how it do, so we try to work things out. Like, nah, I done invested so much time, I done did so much, I'm not gonna just walk away. We want to just keep on trying to. This hair keep blowing in my face. We want to keep on like trying to work on it so we can rewrite the history when we should just been done left and walked away. A lot of us be about our pride, like, yo, it can't go down like this nigga did this to me or this girl did this to me. So
and who do you blame in that scenario?
Her. Y'all need to follow her. She's really funny.
Who do you blame in that scenario? If I miss my exit, I'm not gonna keep driving 3 more exits. I'm getting off the next exit and trying to go where I really want to go. So some people stay on that same damn road, knowing they should have got off at 13. You at exit 21 now. Who fault is it? At some point, you gotta eat that blame.
Right.
Yep,
Listen,
sometimes you gotta eat that.
In one of our past shows, I think we discussed it. I'm not messing with my hair, y'all. It's in my face. A lot of our grandmothers and our great grandmothers and our aunties and all that been in these relationships 30 and 40 years. You know why they been in there? A lot of them, they ain't telling us all the fucking infidelity that happened, all the forgiving, all of the act like you ain't know what was going on, that you had to endure.
I don't think somebody who's been married for 45 years, I mean, they had to go through that. You've been married for 45 years. I know a lot of people in my family.
Some people don't leave those marriages or those situations because of security. They're not going to go out and find that guy, that black man or that husband they got that's going to make XYZ, keep the roof over their head. It was different back in the days.
Oh, no, and not only that, they have this mindset of saying, I ain't giving no chick, no, my husband or my man.
That's what he's saying. He's saying that was a, because overall you got to look at, and, times have changed of, what we're looking at and what's most important. Back then they were about, a man that could provide, who's providing a foundation. Remember, a lot of women stayed home back then. A lot of women weren't working and they wasn't, independent and doing things like we are now.
A different time. Back in the days when our grandparents and all the older people cheated, they cheated with somebody on the other side of town. Your aunt knew he had another family over there, but it wasn't like, oh, this, that, and the third showing in their face.
Right.
And like, you know what? As long as you take care of home.
But he was providing for both families. A lot of that is too. When you're able to provide, hey, and it ain't causing no conflict. And Henrietta over there and Big Mama over here, and they, I'm saying.
As long as you don't sit in my row at the funeral, we good.
Right.
No. Back then the extra family wasn't allowed at the funeral. If he was married, you gonna have to mourn in your house. But the side woman and her kids was not allowed at the funeral.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on certain families. Certain families, you know what I mean? You know how it is. That bitch better not come up here.
He got his 2 families. He like certain families.
Certain families.
And the problem is people keep looking for the perfect mate. Sometimes the perfect mate is the one you got. You just mad. Shut up, Will.
Yep.
Sometimes it's the perfect mate.
But we all can agree that no relationship is going to be perfect, and nobody you're going to meet is going to be without flaws. You can move on to somebody else, and it's going to be another different set of problems, and that's how some people feel. You can move forward, but if you're getting abused and certain things are going on that you feel like, you know, certain things are beyond.
You know what it is? A lot of these men think that the woman who took the most is the strongest or the one that was perfect for them. Like I done cheated on her, I done had babies on her, I done did this, I done did all that. Now she's still around, I'ma marry her, or that's the woman for me. Like, it's not about how much this person can, how much pain this person can endure. And a lot of men have that in mind, like, she ain't a rider, I need a rider. What's a rider? You need somebody that's gonna stand around or stick through it while you put them through fucking hell? That's considered a rider?
You got to give that equal blame. You got to give that equal blame, because nobody just going to start shitting on you hard one day. It builds up over time.
They do. Yes, they do.
So you got to learn to check people or let people know that you're aware of what's going on early. Because if a person, let me say from a man point of view, if I see I can get away with something, I'm going to keep trying to get away with it. And I'm going to keep doing it unless it gets checked, or unless I see this is the wrong one and she ain't having it. So certain things, some men can say, you know what, she's the one. Or certain men can say, you know what, I ain't rocking with her because she's trying to check me, this, that, and third. I don't want nobody that's going to make me a better person.
Right.
You know, so it all falls back on the individual and their maturity. Maturity plays a big part.
Right. Maturity.
You can be 45 years old. That don't make you mature. You know what I mean? Because you pass a test don't make you smart. Because you got a college degree don't make you educated. Sometimes you just study better and put it back out better than other people. You know, so we have to take some type of self-blame of what we in. It don't take me all day to realize I'm sitting in shit.
No, I don't. It starts thinking as soon as you sit in it. You right?
There you go. You know what I mean? But if that woman is worth it, you sit there and you work it out. You try to make it happen. If it don't end up in your favor, you got to bite that bullet and eat it.
I really, that whole, if the woman that's worth it thing, I really don't chalk it to that. I really think it boils down to the maturity. Because some of these men, they pass up on really good women. And it don't got nothing to do with she wasn't, good enough or whatever, or she wasn't a woman. It's just that they mentally were not mature enough for that woman.
It's not always mental.
I think it all has to do with them.
Well, they didn't want her. That wasn't their type of woman.
One, he might not want her, and two, he might not be able to maintain the image that he put out in the beginning. You know what I mean? So once somebody really say, okay, we was infatuated with each other, now it's love. Some people run away from love. Some people sabotage their own relationship because they can't maintain the shit that they said they was going to do in the front. So I'm not going to give you a rose every Friday when I first start dating you, because I can't keep that shit up.
Mr. I can't with you. He wants to start an argument. He goes, like
a whole lot going on over there. You got your hair fighting you. You got shit flying at you.
Flies, yes. He said like I didn't start just beating up Tina for nothing, for no reason.
And there's no excuse for that. Just that a third, but Tina.
Tell him that it ain't no excuse for that, because he's trying to start another debate. There's no excuse for no man hitting on no woman. I don't care what she allegedly did or didn't do, but he want to start a debate.
Well, neither party should put their hands on one another. If it gets to that point, it's time to move on.
That's when it's a wrap. That's completely a wrap. That's a sign that you need to close out. Period.
Glory. The sad part is that turns some people on.
No, I've seen it. I've seen plenty of people endure. Really, I've seen people to endure till they were in the casket. So.
Right. Oh, he choked me. He put his hands on me. He loved me. Some people think that's signs of affection, and they're crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
So we sit here and say, oh, this, that, and third and wrong. Some people endorse that shit and want it done. You know what I mean? So we're not in every relationship to judge of what's going on, what who like, don't like.
No, absolutely.
So
different levels of abuse. It's not only physical too.
Look, that's why.
What are your views on? So we talking about mental illness and illness and healing and all of that other stuff. And one of the things that we were talking about behind the scenes at one point is is there rules? You know how some people heal in other ways than others. So for instance, I feel like the biggest thing is to talk about stuff. A lot of people just do not talk about whatever the issue is. They suppress all their feelings and try to act like nothing's wrong with them or whatever. I was talking about, I don't know if it was with Black or one of my other homegirls, about when I was going through what I was going through when me and my ex had first separated. And I made a Facebook Live. because I literally had just found out what he was doing or whatever. And there was some people that were saying, oh, why did you do that? You never supposed to bring your stuff on social media. And there's some people that were saying they understand shit. If they, they've been in a relationship for 20 years, and if they had social media back then, they probably would have did the same thing. And
Right.
then I like to, my rebuttal was this. However, anybody feel like they need to get whatever they off their chest, they could do that. It's not up to you to say what's inappropriate and what's not appropriate. I said, look at Beyonce. Everybody loves Beyonce and Jay-Z together. When Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce, she was making songs about it. Because that's how she talked about it. That's her art.
That was her outlet.
I don't know how to sing or nothing. I can't talk about what the hell I'm going through. Everybody want to act like they're so much in a perfect relationship that as soon as somebody be real, oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, you shouldn't put your business on the street. If he's doing what he's doing or she's doing what she's doing, it's already on the street.
Right.
But I know you don't. I know you probably don't like that because men hate for women to bring stuff to social media.
Well, to me, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's gonna fall back to how strong the relationship is, whether it's on social media or not. I don't know. We don't know personally to 100% truth if Jay-Z really cheated on her. That's her word. That's his word. It could be marketing. They sold a whole lot of hella albums when all that shit was going on. It could be marketing. How do we know he cheated on her?
Or it could be he cheated on her. Why can't it be the truth? Why do we gotta be looking like for a different outlet? Like maybe he didn't.
I'm playing devil's advocate to what you said because that's great marketing. That's hella fine marketing. Whether he cheated on her or not, they was going to do an album together. It didn't. She ended up putting this out. He put his reply out. Why they just didn't go seek help? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. We don't know.
They did, I'm sure.
But at the end of the day, Jay-Z, they still together, and it's communication.
And look at Will Smith and Jada. Like at some point, you keep on pretending like we've been heard all the rumors about them. Like at some point, you could hide or act like you keeping your business to yourself. It's gonna get out there. You know what I mean? Like they did the right thing by addressing it. You know what I mean? And try to diffuse the situation. But at the end of the day, anytime especially when it's infidelity, if one person done stepped out of a relationship, your business is already in the street.
Well, it all falls back
as far as I'm concerned.
It falls back to communication. If y'all could talk about it after it happened and move forward, that's good for y'all. That works for y'all. But at the end of the day, even before infidelity and relationship problems, it's all communication between you and your partner. What y'all can talk about, what y'all can't talk about. Some people can't hold conversations. That was my.
It's a whole problem with communicating.
If I look back at all my relationships, most of them failed because of communication. Things that I didn't.
And was that on your part? Was it on your part?
I'm only gonna speak for my part because they're not here to speak for themselves. There was things that I didn't express, things that I didn't share, because you can't share all your hurts and pains with any and everybody.
Oh, you can. I agree.
Some people take it and run with it. Some people use it against you. So if you give me the slightest inkling that what I'm sharing with you is going to be used later in the argument, it makes it hard for me to share anything now. You know what I mean? So if you even do it once, I'm like, damn, I ain't even tell you what really, really hurts me. I just scratched the surface.
Right, you just scratched the surface, right.
If I feel I can't come to you as my relationship partner, we have a problem. Because there's always somebody out there with a shoulder and an ear that's going to listen.
Hold on, y'all. What's so funny is one of my friends just tuning in on, he's tuning in on through the radio, but he's texting me now. Apparently he's not listening to what the hell I'm saying about stop telling your business. He's telling me I'm telling too much of my business right now. We just not talking about that. Like, it's okay. This is a part of my healing. Y'all see, I'm good. I went through a lot, and look at me now. I came out on the other side because I'm expressive. I'm not keeping shit inside. Anything I feel, I'm saying it, and I'm good. A lot of people went through what I went through, and that shit made them, that folded them, and it broke them. I can talk my business because it's my business, and I have no shame. What I went through, and when I was going through it, and because I was so verbal about it, do you know how many women reached out to me that I swear on my mother's grave that was going through the same shit, and I didn't know based on their Facebook stories and pictures that, I thought they were in a perfect, happy, healthy relationship. And they just is like, literally, dozens, at least 2 dozen of women that reached out to me, and we was having conversation on the back end, texting, DM or whatever.
Yeah, because on Facebook it looked perfect, right? On Facebook they was looking perfect too, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, he's just being an asshole. He's saying he playing. Oh, okay. Disregard.
No perfect relationship. No perfect relationship.
No perfect relationship.
And there's no rules to it. It's like Will said on there, there's no rules to engagement on certain stuff, how you handle it. If you a private person and you choose to keep stuff to yourself, that's your business. If you want to be vocal, because your story, your testimony can help somebody else.
That's it.
I promise you, I'm a walking testimony that you can get through it and come out victorious and better than ever.
Right.
But all that not talking about it and keeping that shit inside, that ain't helping.
That's a great thing. Whatever you went through, that you can openly share with the world, because it's about helping somebody else. That's why if I get on the radio,
and just like she said, with them other women, them dozens of women, they were waiting. They probably was holding that in and trying, our biggest thing is try to keep, act like, we're all together and that we got the perfect family and, we don't have, that's what Facebook, that's what Mark Zuckerberg and all of them, they created a great illusion, and then when you tell you're bitter with the sweet, then you're silly. You're telling your business. And I've had people tell me that before too. Oh, you putting too much of your business. If I tell you I had a bad day, like I said last week, my week was tough. Okay, what you see here with me dancing around, and you see me with this makeup on and everything, I had a tough week. I had a week where I was like, fuck this shit.
Today though, you would never know you had a bad
week. Fuck this shit. I crashed my car. Money got jammed up. Dude getting on my nerve. The kids. I got to worry about. Oh man, now I got to homeschool. That wasn't part of my plan.
And now you got to front and act like everything's good. Who the fuck is fronting? If you going through it and you having a bad time, you could talk about it. You do not have to act like everything is okay.
Right. Sometimes you got to call a spade a spade.
People don't understand sometimes you got to put it on Facebook because the people in your life, you can't tell shit. You know what I mean? So the people in your life, you tell them it's worse than putting it on Facebook. So
you might as well put it on Facebook.
You know what I mean?
I done had my family, I swear to you, I done had my family say some of the worst things to me that my friends ain't even say it. People on Facebook, I done told my story to, have not thrown it up in my face. I have my family throw what I went through up in my relationship in my face. So why not share it with you? Get more understanding from strangers.
Yeah. Look, a lie make it around the world quicker than the truth. You know what I mean? So you best tell it on yourself. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. You know what I mean? But the bottom line, at the end of the day, I try to move differently. I don't try to move like I was 20. I don't try to move like I was 30, because I have a brand to protect. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you want your reputation to speak louder than you before you walk in the room. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I keep that in mind. I got children I want to look up to, so I try to be careful of what I do.
Pretty said, ain't no future in front, and it's her motto.
No future in front. But we just gotta just do our best, the best we can. With what
people on IG saying they love the guests. They love you, Jermaine.
Tell them thank you. Tell them thank you. Tell them thank you. Much appreciated.
God is using you as a tool. Oh, hold on. Thank you. Yeah, so it's all about helping each other.
Definitely.
And you never know what your situation, your testimony could be very helpful to somebody else. I've seen it in my own personal life. And I'm still seeing like people, and you know what is so crazy? Them same people that be telling you that you need to be quiet or I wouldn't be doing this or whatever, you be knowing all their business. They think that you don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, especially when it comes to infidelity, if it's a third person, then that means your business is already on the street. You thinking that none of your friends don't know that your man is fucking this girl or these women, and everybody in the hood already know. You the one. You think you hiding it from everybody else when everybody already fucking out.
You last one to find out.
Oh, hilarious.
It's the truth.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yep, it's the facts. That's the way it goes. But
So the moral of the story is, in our culture, we need to stop with this whole suck it up, shut up, you'll be all right. don't do this, suppress your feelings. That's why we all walking around traumatized and you know,
angry. A lot of people are angry.
Born with mental illness, and some of us develop mental illness due to all the trauma that we endure.
All the trauma. Yes,
the untreated, unrecognized, and
unaddressed, unannounced,
right?
You know, unresolved.
Oh,
yeah, we walk around a product of our neighborhoods and our
all
environment.
of it's not unaddressed. All is not addressed. A lot of it is unattended to. A lot of people know they got issues. A lot of people know they got problems, and they just deal with it.
And a lot of people are in denial too.
And a lot of people are in denial. You know what I mean? Everybody don't.
That's what I mean by unaddressed.
Everybody don't want to open up that can, and everybody don't want help. You know what I mean? Some people
better preach, brother. Now everybody don't want help.
Some people are drugs. People on drugs that are functioning addicts.
Yeah.
They can get high, do this, that, and the third, still go to work, get their money, come back home. Everybody don't want help.
You know
they don't. You know what I mean? Some people are like, you know what? If I open up that bag, I may never go back to half the insanity I got right now.
Yeah.
You know, because there's people out there. There's people out there that's been raped several times. People
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
People don't want to go into homeless shelters because they're scared to get robbed, they're scared to get raped, they're scared to get hurt. They'd rather sleep on the street. You know what I mean? So every remedy that we think is a remedy, they see things that we don't see. I'm dealing with people on the train as a passengers, and they 16, 17. Why don't you go sleep in a shelter? Oh, I might get raped again. My stuff might get stolen. So everything we see as a remedy, is not a remedy for these people. You know what I mean? It's not even an option.
Let's go back to our culture, what you just now spoke on about people. We have been censored. I mean, we have been taught and embedded. What goes on in my house stays in my house. You don't go tell a family business or shut up or whatever. You know how many people that were sexually abused in their own house by their parents, their uncles, their relatives, and they told nobody about it because they were taught what goes on in my house stays in my house. Or,
what semi-fixes that? What semi-fixes that is when they get their own home, they change the way that they were raised. And if they don't ever get their home, they go out there and tell somebody what was going on, what's in their life. The problem with a lot of us, we get healed or fixed or we find God, we don't bring nobody else to church. We get something fixed in our life, we don't share the information. We rather sit back and watch somebody go through that same pothole we went in and see if they were
same trauma.
Yes. A lot of things we don't share.
Hold on, you heard what you just now said? That
hell yeah, I heard what I said because I said it.
Shut up. You said how sometimes we go through a lot and then we'll sit there and let somebody, that's my thing. Some people, I personally, if I went through something, I would try to prevent you from going through it. Some people, we take the position where I can't say nothing. I'm not going to tell her or him nothing because I did the same thing. It's like a drug dealer. Okay, you sold drugs. That's why you are qualified to tell this person not to sell drugs. So some of these drug dealers are stuff that be like, I can't tell them not to sell drugs. I sold drugs. No, that's why you should be more than qualified to say, I did it. It did not work for me. These are some of the things that happen. But some people are so, because they went through it, they want you to go through it, or they feel like they can't tell you nothing because they went through it.
It falls back on the makeup of the person.
To say something.
It falls back on the makeup of the person. If you felt what you've done was wrong and you changed your life and you go in a different direction, you educate another person. Some people are not like that. Everybody don't got the same ideology as you have or the same makeup to help another person. Don't do 20 years in jail because they just did it. You know what I mean? So it falls back on the makeup of the individual. How much have you really changed? I don't think jail rehabilitates everybody. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to come back and do a restart. Sometimes you got to come back and you say, you know what? I'm going to keep these young men out of jail because of what happened to me. Yes, I sold drugs. This is the pitfall, this, that, and the third. We don't have that many people out here like that. I mean, there are, but we need more. That's going to,
a lot of people don't see themselves in
a generation that's going to listen too.
Yeah, that's true.
So it got to be two things. A lot of things got to line up for us to get this thing right. We have to change our mentality. I see Monty said that in IG chat, and it's true. We have to change our mentality.
We got a lot of work ahead of us. Our people. We got a lot of work. We've been hurt. We've been oppressed. We've been mentally.
We ain't get the big piece of chicken.
But what we're doing right here is helping. We got to have these difficult conversations. we got to talk about what people are not talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if you, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
I was saying, you know, now all that we're going through, you know, these days, and now that we, you know, have put this all out on the table, you know, we got to do a better job at, you know, getting more information out to people. Like I was saying earlier, maybe next time on our show, we get a little more information on some doctors or some programs that in the communities that can help people who feel like they got mental illness, or you know what I mean, some help on family counseling, counseling, huh?
It's good to have the information, but you got to get the information and put it in front of the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna do our part. We're gonna do what we could do on Thick Girls Radio, Sador Radio, and get some information, get some, you know, find out about a couple of programs or, you know, family, organizations that can help you. Some people but are looking for that information that haven't been able to get it or don't know how to go about it. That's the least we could do. As far as a long-term resolve, you know, we just gotta do better.
Can I jump in with you, Black? We got libraries in our neighborhoods, right? And they're filled with books, but people don't read no more. Everything is on our phone in front of our face. So somehow if we can get that information to go across the bottom of a screen that people are reading, and you know what people at, we got to meet people where they at. To me, I wouldn't put movies in a movie theater because people can get a movie directly to their phone right now. You can get everything on your phone, your tablet, your laptop. So how do we get the youth to understand and read the things that we got going on and see them? Because a lot of youth are online. You know, they're not reading books. We're giving out pamphlets in the day and age of people that are looking at everything on their phone. You know, it's like giving a homeless person a frozen food.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to put it on the screen. We got to let them see it in easy form. That's what I'm saying.
But
so
in the meantime, people got to reach out and talk to their friends and their family.
Check on your family. Check on your
situation and Kanye's situation is very, and Nick Cannon's situation. Some people, we always say, oh, they're just trying to get attention. Sometimes it's not attention. Some people really need help.
He's been the same since his mother died.
Yeah, they really need help. And we got to stop, you know, saying, oh, that person is just crazy or that person is crazy. No, it's they have mental issues that they need help with. And we need to stop ignoring it, because some people who know it and they won't talk about it. Like they'll be like, we got family members that'll be like, oh, they just crazy. Everybody in the family know they crazy, but won't address it.
Can I use Kanye as an example? If one person in your family, right, come to you, borrow $100 every week, every time you see them, you gotta start thinking all they want is money. They don't ever ask about you. So Kanye does so much shit sometimes that is bullshit. Now that he probably really needs help, you turned off by him. Because he does a lot of shit in certain areas, like, oh, he's just playing this, that, and third, or he's just flying off the cuff. Now he really might need it.
No, he been really need help. He haven't been doing so much bullshit until after that traumatized him. His mother's death is what triggered everything.
In the same sense.
Wasn't doing crazy shit.
Huh?
Prior to his mother's death, what crazy?
Right. Yeah, that changed him. Once his mother died. That totally changed him.
Well, you know, his mom was there to keep him in order instead of certain, you know.
Yep.
And not even that his mom was there to keep him in order. Death really alters people. Some people really cannot process that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, well, when I lost my grandmother, I seen her, you know, she was the matriarch of the family.
Family fell apart.
My mom. She was my mom. And I completely changed. You know, it took a time for me to come back. I had went completely down. I had went completely dark. I had started wilding out and started doing some things that was, you know, crazy. And it took a while. Thank God I came back. And thank God, like I was saying earlier, that I had people in my corner and in my circle that said, hey, Keisha, this ain't really you. Now, we know you know, you black cat and you all of this and stuff, but this here you doing, this ain't, you know, are you okay? Are you feeling okay? What's going on? I know you lost Medea, but, you know, let's try to work some things out. So that's what we got to do. These days and time, we are isolated. We, you know, quarantine. We got to check on each other, fam. I done reached out to so many people that I haven't heard from. And at first I was getting in my feelings like such and such ain't called me and I ain't hear from them and yada, yada, yada. I said, you know what? It's not about you, Keisha. You don't know what this person is going through right now. You don't know what their financial status is. You don't know what's going on in their relationships. It is a trying time for people now. And you know what? I'm glad that I took the extra step and reached out to certain people because I could hear it in their voice. I could hear it in their spirit. They're like, oh my God, thank you, you call. I just been going through so much. It's just been, you know, I meant to call you and this, that, and the third. So it's not always about us. We got to get out here and act like we're family and act like we're real friends and start checking on one another and stop putting up this facade and putting on this pride thing or whatever. You know, you look at other cultures, they stick together. They stick together. They stick together. They will have one pot of rice and everybody eat their portion and everybody is full. And that's how they ride out until they, you know, until they get everybody get their own bag of rice. And so that's what
and listen, and especially in a time like this where you know a lot of people are going through or have been going through stuff, different trauma, you know, traumatization and everything, but they have used things to distract them. Now we're in quarantine and lockdown and stuff like that, where you don't have much to distract you, and this is why people are really going crazy because they are being forced to deal with all of these things, these issues that they normally would just suppress or do or keep themselves busy so they wouldn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So.
This is why things is looking so crazy right now because people are bored. They have nothing to do, and they have to really have to address what's going on in their life.
Now you have to really deal with yourself. Now you got to really deal with your real self. Your real self. Now you don't have access to pills and you know all of those other things and stores were shut down. We had to deal with ourselves. Some people can't deal with themselves sober or just, you know, isolated without other people around. And so that's why you see a lot of things happening a whole lot more. So, but this is our cutoff and everything. So, you know, it's been a great show. And Jermaine, man, I'm so happy that you came on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it.
You're a really good brother, and I like everything that you're doing. I'm so proud and I'm so happy for you. And I just wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors. And I look to see, you know, big things going on for you.
I want can y'all check out the needs and do a review for about 2 or 3 minutes next time y'all on air for me?
Yes.
Check out the what?
The needs. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look at it now.
Check it out. Leave a review if you can for me on there. I'll be able to see it the day after.
You were very good. Maybe we'll have you on again on different subjects because you were giving us the male perspective. You were a good, you know, good conversation.
Well, let me know. I'm here. Let me know. It's all love. We gotta help each other build and go. We go in the same direction. That's what we do.
And I want to just you know basically piggyback on what she said. Wish you the best of luck. We all in this together. And
yes.
Do your thing. You got our support. If anything you need, we're here.
I got
all
you.
Right, everybody out there, Sador World, Thick Girls Radio. We checking out. Y'all have a great and productive next couple of weeks. Remember, y'all check on each other, check on family, check on friends, check on colleagues. And, you know, let's just try our best to stay solid, you know? And check out our brother. Check out his.
Yes, follow him. Say your pages again.
Everyday the brand on IG. Everyday THE brand. Traffic Lane the comedy. Traffic Lane D8 comedy. Jermaine Smith on Facebook. Jermaine Smith on LinkedIn.
Yes, and if y'all didn't get that, y'all could go on my IG page. I tagged him in all of his pages on my posts. Again. Thanks everybody on IG. We see y'all. Good night. Everybody in Sador land, Facebook land, and those of y'all that want to share this particular show, it will be uploaded to YouTube in by tomorrow or so. So if you missed the show or if you enjoyed the show and you want to share it to somebody, you can always go to YouTube. All of our shows is on YouTube. So, all right. Good night, everybody. See y'all in 2 weeks.
All right.
Bye. Sorry, Danny. I'll hit you later.